Hola, buenos días a todos. En el día de hoy vamos a hablar sobre los idiomas. Yo soy vuestra presentadora Xilin Ye, pero me podéis llamar Selina como queráis. Bueno, aquí tenemos a nuestros invitados. ¿Podéis haceros una leve presentación?
¿Empiezo yo?
Sí.
Yo me llamo Pablo, tengo 13 años y, por ejemplo, me gusta el fútbol.
Hola, yo me llamo Yuxuan y tengo 11 años y me gusta mucho cantar.
Hola a todos, me llamo Yuqui, tengo 10 años y mi color favorito es el azul.
¿Y vosotros qué idiomas sabéis hablar?
Yo sé hablar español, chino, un poquito de francés y sobre todo inglés.
¿Y tú?
Yo sé hablar el español, el chino, el inglés y el francés.
Yo igual que Pablo también.
Bueno, ya que todos sabemos hablar inglés, ¿por qué no empezamos hablando en inglés? Y ahora os voy a preguntar unas preguntas, por ejemplo. Pablo, can you share with us how you started learning English?
I started learning English when I was 3 years old. And first I was studying at school. It was a private school. I had a personal class that there was a native teacher that helped me a lot and with other students. And when I grew up, that native teacher left the school, sadly, and I went to another school that it was not that great.
Whoa.
But now I'm learning in a new school that is Cambridge House, and it's great.
Well, that sounds like a fascinating start. Well, next up, Elena. English does open many windows to the world. What challenges do you face?
I faced many challenges. For example, it was really difficult for me to pronounce the words correctly, but then so instead of like reading lots of books and memorizing like phrases and words, I like use apps and social media like Duolingo, and I really like it instead of
Oh, that's really cool and useful. Well, Yuki, I've heard you have some unique ways to learn English. Can you share with them?
I think we can use old Duolingo because it's a way that can help you learn English. They like make you like pronounce it, and then they say something in Spanish, and then you can like put the phrases together to make an English phrase.
Yeah, totally. And for example, sometimes we can also use movies and videos to help us learn. What do you think about that?
I think it's great because you learn new words from movies and videos. And you can learn a lot of verbs, maybe expressions that you didn't know.
Yeah, totally, I agree with that. Well, why did you guys start learning English? And do you think that's useful?
I started learning English because it was my passion, and I liked it a lot since I was a little kid. So I started young, and to this day I'm studying.
And what about you?
I started learning English just when I started school, and I think it's really useful because if you are going to go, for example, to another country, to like, you can use English. Most people know it at least a little bit, and I think it's really useful.
Yeah, totally. What about you, Yuki?
I think I was learning English since I was little because I wanted to go to England to study, and in there you have to learn English. So that's why I really want to learn English very good.
Right. Now, learning English is really important, but sometimes don't you find it difficult?
I never found it difficult since I usually watch English videos and movies, so I don't really find it difficult.
I sometimes find it difficult. For example, vocabulary. If I am reading a book or just watching a movie and I don't understand a word, it's gonna be really difficult for me to understand. So I go to Google to translate, and then it tells me what it means, and it really helps. But I think overall English is quite easy.
Yeah. What about you?
When I watch like in YouTube, I watch some videos. They're only in English, but they are not like for listening. They're like for reading. So my reading in English is very good, but my like writing is not that good.
Yeah, totally. Well, talking about that, what do you guys find more difficult? Listening, speaking, or writing?
I found most difficulties writing because you need to know like specific manner, like compositions, that like verbs and grammar that can be very difficult. But overall, the rest are very easy.
I find difficult like writing and reading because I'm not that good at comprehension. But for writing, I usually like write small stories with like the things I've learned, and I just really like it. But overall, I think writing is more difficult for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Sometimes I also do that. Well, do you have any future plans that would link to English? Like, I don't know if you can.
When I grew up, I want to study in Oxford, maybe in Cambridge. Yes, because I found it very interesting.
Well, I right now, when I grow up, I want to go to Harvard or Cambridge. So I think it's really useful, but I've never think of going traveling. But if I do go travel other places, like English is really useful and I can use it a lot.
Like I said before, I really want to go to England to study. So that's why I think English is very useful.
And do you guys have any like English friends or like not Spanish friends?
Well, not Spanish I have, but they speak Spanish, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But English friends, if I think I had one, but he went back to England.
I have quite a lot of English friends. So in my school, it's British Council School. It's quite like, it's an English school. And then there's like lots of people from England and they're just my friends. So sometimes if they don't know Spanish, I show them usually.
And do you have any English friends?
Well, I'm in an English school, but most of the people are Spanish and they're learning English. So I don't have like a lot of England friends, but I do have one that is half-half. Her mother is from England and her father is from Spain. So I think that counts.
Yeah, I think it also counts. And what do you think that your English levels are? Like high, low, so-so?
I think they're normal to high, in between those two, because I don't know everything.
Like higher than the normal people here? Yeah.
I think mine is quite high because I really like English and I like study it a lot. I sometimes even speak it with like my friends and family.
Yeah. And you?
I think it's medium because my speaking is more or less good and my writing is not that good, but like my reading is very good.
Yeah, thank you. So should we end now the English speaking thing? Yeah, we should totally speak in Spanish. Bueno, pues ¿qué os ha parecido hoy el día? ¿Os ha gustado?
Bueno, a mí me ha parecido genial. Ha sido una experiencia muy buena.
A mí me ha encantado mucho hablar con vosotros.
A mí me ha gustado mucho porque he podido contar mi experiencia en aprendiendo inglés.
Sí, ¿y tú?
Yo también.
Bueno, muchas gracias a todos y nos veremos en el próximo canal.
Adiós.
Decirle adiós.
Adiós.
Adiós.